Mi gente, my name is Opie Senpai, and I'm here with Blackenfist and Geekdom101. Say hello, guys.
Hello there, beautiful friends. I am Blackenfist.
Hey, it's me, and I'm excited to talk about this in this historic night. This is a historic night for many, many reasons, yo. This is actually, I think, all right, Opie, Black and Fist, I think December 22nd, 2016, 2030, if you live on the other side of the world, I think will be remembered as a very huge day for our community, and I'm very happy to talk about it. We're going to have a lot to talk about, not just today, but in the coming weeks about everything going on. I'm very overwhelmed right now emotionally, and I'm so happy to have known you. And Juan, and I'm so happy to get to know everybody who's listening to the stream right now, and I'm so happy we can all come together and enjoy this together. It's just, I'm very touched right now.
Yeah, me too, brother. I'm so excited. All right, guys. Whew, a lot to talk about this episode. How's everybody's day doing, guys? It's good to have everybody on the stream joining us. All right, guys, here we go. Let's actually begin with the previews for next week before we get into episode 62.
Don't even get me started on that one.
So right here, you guys can see on the screen.
Can you send me a link to the stream so I can promote it on Twitter just real quick?
Cool.
Okay?
I just did on the.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. It's right there.
Thank you so much. All right,
No
keep
problem.
going. I apologize.
Awesome, man. There it is. All right, we got the stream going right there. Part of the clip. All right, here we go, guys. Let's try to break this down bit by bit. All right, so we got Goku.
That's a very, very nice punch right there.
I love it, man.
Yes.
It reminds me of when Trunks hit
Contorted
Mr. Satan
face.
during the tournament.
You know what it also reminds me? It reminded me actually of the time Goku punched Piccolo at the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. You remember that punch?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like that.
And if you remember, if you watch the Matrix Revolutions, which completely ripped off Dragon Ball, there was that part in the movie where he punches Smith in the face and his fist print ends up in his cheek, bro. It's just God, one of us should do a video once.
You see CG Smith, I remember his face all contorts and everything, just like in a freaking
the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, no, man.
Let's keep playing this. And then all right, so what's going on here? It seems we got multiple Goku Blacks with slightly
Clones, man.
Clones. I don't know if it's just me, but the pink, the rose color looks a little bit different.
Weird, right? It does.
Just look a little weird.
It could be a special technique Black, shows off. Maybe like say I'm assuming. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say. Obviously, something happens later on in the end, but maybe with Black against the ropes, he shows off this technique here, and that's what it is. This technique here. Maybe it's one of his special techniques.
I'll throw in the historical stuff here. I know Juan, Black and Fist will remember this. In Dragon Ball, there was a technique called the Zanzoken, otherwise known as the after image technique. And during the tournaments in Dragon Ball, we saw a lot of the characters utilize this technique where, it's an after image of himself. So it could be possible he's doing that, or he could be doing another multiplication technique. But it looks like it's the after image.
Well, if it's the after image, the only question I have about that is just the hair color. I mean, it
does look weird.
Yeah, it looks weird. I have a reason. I hope that that's just not an animation error, because that'd be terrible.
Right? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really gonna step up their game. It's coming down. It's coming down to the crunch. I really hope it lasts a few more episodes. Everybody on the stream who's joining us right now, we will really appreciate if you guys hit that like button for having all of us together talking in this historic day that is for Dragon Ball Super.
And abuse that like button, folks. Use and abuse it.
Yeah. I never heard that term before, but I like it. All right, here we go. Let's play a little bit more. So you may be strong and immortal, but all right. So Goku versus Zamasu. Now Vegeta versus Black. And by the way, guys, this episode of Vegeta, we're definitely going to talk about Vegeta and what he did in this episode.
Oh, man, it's just, if you're a Vegeta fan, dude, and you haven't seen this, like, you got, I mean, go ahead, bro. I'm speechless still, bro. The episode's been off now for like 2 hours, and I still don't know what to say.
Because a lot of people in the comments from one of my videos were saying that, the hyperbolic time chamber shouldn't make any difference at this point, but They were wrong. It made a huge difference for Vegeta.
Well, in their defense, Vegeta was the one who said in the previous arc that they're close to hitting the peak of their
he
power.
did. Yeah, he did.
He did say that, so that they do have a point on that. So it's possible again that maybe he was wrong. Maybe he was wrong, but he certainly, his performance in the fight with Goku Black in this episode was incredibly impressive. Let's just say that.
Very impressive. Here we go. All right, so Mai's getting on the way, and I really hope.
I like
she's
that
gonna-
reaction shot, by the way. I just gotta say that. I like that reaction. I don't know. That's just a little thing. A little nice touch.
Here we go for time on our payback. All right, so something's going on here. It seems like he's going to what do you call it, Geekdom? The Psionic Blade?
I call it the Sonic Blade.
Okay,
I just
now
wanna
this.
say, well, real quick. Some people have an issue with that name because it's it's not really a Sonic Blade, but I took it from Psylocke from X-Men because the move looks exactly like Psylocke's move from X-Men.
Okay,
So I just call it the Sonic Blade.
I actually think. Wait a minute. Keep it on there. I actually think that he's not doing that. I think that what he's doing here,
He's making the clones.
he's making either the clones or he's making that scythe we see like a couple seconds later. If you go a little bit further, I think what he's doing here is either doing that or because it's a very dramatic motion. You see what I mean? And he's
Right.
and if you notice, he's in the same arm as he was doing that motion.
Right.
Anyway, this I'm honestly not sure. Maybe
Right.
this.
What is this, dude? It's like he
is
created
this?
an evil. It's either a giant cloud or he's cutting through like the dimensions, bro. Because look, let's keep it real. If Majin Buu could get angry and rip a hole in the dimensional fabric and Gotenks, this guy could probably do it with ease. This is a different scale of power right here. Maybe that's what's happening, bro.
Maybe those other blacks that we saw earlier came out of this like freakish.
So you're telling me you think he ripped a hole in the timeline? Those are other time. Oh no, you're going too
Maybe-
far, bro.
Hey, all right, hey, maybe that's too
That
far.
can't be
Maybe
it.
that's too far. Yeah, maybe that's too far. Who knows? You know. Hey,
Bro,
man,
I would
throwing
love it if he ripped. No, he needs to rip a hole in the timeline and go into the Dr. Slump universe. Make it really wacky, bro.
Make it really wacky. I know there's gonna be people commenting like, "Oh, Broly's gonna come out of nowhere" or something, but no, hopefully not. Do you know what would be interesting though? If for some reason, if remember back when everything was just starting, a lot of us had that theory of a Makaioshin was gonna be in Dragon Ball Super. It was just like a theory going around.
This
would've
was
been-
going to be a question. Yes.
This would have been a great moment for like opening up the demon realm and just something epic like that. But
Yeah, I mean,
obviously,
I will say this: in Dragon Ball Heroes, there is a brand new story arc in Japan where they do open up the demon realm and go down there, which I think is very
Ooh.
cool. I hope that now that we're getting Super, the dub is coming. There's more things coming I can't talk about yet, but I will very soon. I really hope that we do get Heroes one day. I just feel bad that we don't have that game.
yeah, very unfortunate.
Wait, by the way, does anyone see? This kind of it's too speculative, maybe, but does anyone see the significance of it being a scythe specifically? Because that struck me out specifically. I don't know, like.
It is weird looking. It's like he's evolving his technique. Also, Vegeta is just calmly watching. That's
That's another thing too. It's like that he's
Yeah.
not trying to stop whatever he's trying to do. That does seem peculiar actually. That
Dude,
Vegeta.
This Goku Black might have techniques coming up that we don't even know. He's capable of that.
He
and
he
Vegeta's
hasn't.
pretty.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
I want to point out also in case some people may be wondering at this moment, how did Goku Black become so strong? If you
I have a
guys actually-
video.
I was just about to say that. Check out Geekdom101's YouTube channel. One of his most recent videos actually breaks it down, and I really think that he nailed it. So make sure you guys watch that video. And also obviously subscribe to my friend Blackenfist. He's got some other great videos in his upcoming review coming up, maybe tomorrow. And
Yeah, and I do want to say one quick thing about that. I had a lot of people tweet at me and hit me up about the fact that I stated that SS Rose is Goku Black's equivalent of SS Blue, and people were like, no, it's just Super Saiyan. You have to understand that because Goku Black is Zamasu and is a god, he's utilizing God Ki. So even though it might have been printed in that magazine as it's saying it's his Super Saiyan, yes, it's his Super Saiyan form, but it's still equivalent to Super Saiyan Blue because of the power utilized and his dominating the fact that he dominated so badly. So just letting you know, I know a lot of people hit me up saying I was wrong, this and that. No, you're just misunderstanding that the form is his equivalent of blue, you know, especially when the form does come out in the video games too. It'll be like his own, it's his own form is what it is.
Right. Guys, we got 1,400 people watching live. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I hope you guys are here to stay because we got a lot to talk about. So if you're thinking of going to sleep or doing something else, guys, you're going to miss out on a lot. So
I can't sleep tonight, bro. I ain't gonna
can't sleep
tonight.
Make sure you guys hit that like button in case you haven't. But here we go. Let's
abuse it, folks.
Abuse it. So Zamasu, he's getting a little bit too excited there. But, you know, one of the things that I predict is that it's not going to happen immediately where Black and Zamasu fuse. But, you know, maybe they're going to talk about it a little bit more. Maybe they're going to slowly reveal it. And Goku and Vegeta are going to let it happen. And I hope that's not the case. But it seems like they might just let it happen, which would be...
I don't think so. I think they're going to get knocked away or something.
You think they're going to get knocked away?
Yeah, it could be that, yeah.
But also, if they fuse... all one has to do is take the Potara off of one ear and put it in the other, and then it just happens. Boom.
And then it just happens. Look at the key. How I love how they're not going with like just pink or I'm sorry, just rose or just blue. I love that this mix. It's like a whitish, a little bit of pink.
Yeah.
They've been doing that ever since the SS Blue Kaioken. You know what I mean? Like, they've been doing this mixing of ki, right? It's like you've got the blue and red, you've got the yellow and blue, and now you've got the white and pink. So, and I like how people are like, oh, look, he's got white hair, like Toriyama said. Guys, Zamasu had white hair before the fusion, okay? This ain't nothing new.
This ain't nothing new.
It's just spiky now. You know?
Yeah, by the way, do you think that this form, because what popped into my mind when I saw this, remember that white form, that white...
He said this confusing thing. Yeah, he said it would clash. I don't know. I don't even know if Toriyama even had this design during that interview, so we don't know. Like, we don't know.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that this is what he. Oh, this was his plan all along. I'm just saying, like, obviously there's going to be people that are going to correlate these two, and maybe it wasn't exactly how he planned it, or maybe this idea he had did evolve into this, you know, Zamasu Black fusion. I'm just saying that form that Toriyama was talking about a couple weeks back, about this white form that he didn't do because it would clash or something. Perhaps this is what he was talking about all along. So
we don't know. Yeah, it may be, it may not be, because like we talked about, bro, Zamasu had white hair anyway, so who knows?
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Let's follow. Let's continue on with because the next shot really shows us more of a close up. And here we go. We see it in a second. There we go. And now his key looks is a little bit different now at this point.
Like blue now, right? Like now, it just keeps changing this thing.
It just keeps changing. And he looks, he has a lot of the same. It looks like he doesn't have really any characteristics of Goku's vessel. It really looks like.
Except for the clothes, right?
Yeah.
And the hair. The hair, I guess.
And the hair.
I mean, the hair colors Zamasu's, but I mean, that's clearly you know.
And for all we know, that might be his base form. He might eventually just transform into Rose out of that form.
Yeah, that is also true. I also want to say, I mean, it's clear. I think it's going to be clear that they're going to be fusing. I mean, the Supreme Kais are already there with them.
I got another video about it.
Yeah, they have another set of earrings. They have two sets actually. They got Gawasu's and the Supreme Kais. So they got two sets of earrings already in the future with them. So I mean, it's already kind of setting it up to be like that, you know?
Right. Now I wonder whose whose Potara earrings they're gonna use. I really hope it's Gowasu.
Or it might be Supreme Kai's. Yeah, you're right. It could be either one, right?
If it's Supreme Kai, is more consistent to what we've seen from them before.
Boy, they are going to sell a lot of Vegito and Zamasu toys in the future. Yo.
Oh man, yes.
Bandai is salivating at this right now, bro.
So we don't know his name right now, but I guess we're gonna have to go with Fusion Zamasu in the meantime. Since that is
the Supreme. It wasn't the Supreme God. In the episode title, it was like the Supreme God. I like that name a lot, by the way.
You like that name a lot. Now let's actually go back to the episode and talk about a few things. Let's talk about the Mafuba jar. Up to the
Oh
Mafuba jar.
wait. One thing. One thing I need to mention is first of all about the fusion Zamasu. Remember, one of those Zamasus is immortal. Does that make this guy immortal? And
That's the big question.
That's one thing I speculated even before this happened. In a hypothetical scenario of these two guys fusing, I speculated on whether if they fuse, would the being be immortal? My guess is that he probably is, but I'm not sure.
Well,
What do you
that's a
guys
great
think in the
point.
comments before Danny gives his side of it? Guys, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What you guys think it is. Go ahead, Danny.
Some people are asking how they donate. You might want to let them know about that.
Oh,
I see
okay,
that.
guys. If you want to submit your questions, the link is in the description below. Just go to animelivereactions.com, and then you guys can submit your questions. So go ahead if whenever you know. There's no, it's not required or anything like that. All right,
A
go
lot
ahead.
of them are saying he will be immortal. Some are saying he's not. I mean, I think that the perfect kind of trick to get out of this is that the fusion makes Zamasu lose immortality. Reason being because I think the idea would be he got too power hungry. So he's like, let's fuse and see what happens. And then they probably start kicking ass. And then after a while, they realize that they're not immortal anymore. And that's a perfect way of getting out of it. And the reason why I'm even bringing that up, like the reason why I'm even saying that's because the Super Dragon Ball is destroyed. And if you remember, when you fuse, it creates a new being. And that's a loophole right there of getting out of it. So in other words, Zamasu wished to become immortal, but he did not wish for the fused Zamasu to be immortal. So that's a good way of them getting out of it, but who the hell knows? Maybe we'll see Vegito do the Mafuba. Maybe Vegito will do the Mafuba.
I actually, yeah, but I was about to bring that up because I was going to say, although that's a very good way, a writing way to get out of the immortality question, I also have to bring up that the Mafuba hasn't been used. Now, I kind of am leaning on the fact that I don't think the Mafuba will succeed or something weird's going to happen.
I think they're going to break out. They're going to
yeah,
break out.
but the thing is, the Mafuba hasn't. It's still there. It's a trump card. We see that the Mafuba jar has been, it's broken, but they're going to obviously glue it back together. It's still in the background, so that plan is still at play. So I'm just maybe that. So we can. I don't think that can be ignored just yet.
Go ahead.
Oh, what were we gonna say, John?
My thought on that was that it wasn't gonna work, but I have a feeling that it could work. Just because I have a feeling that the Mafuba is not going to be introduced until a few more episodes, and I think that first, before even the Mafuba is used, I think that Vegito is gonna appear. And I think they're gonna want to fight, obviously, first fist to fist, as that's their style. And then once there's nothing they can really do. Then for some reason, Future Mai, Bulma, Trunks are gonna appear with their trump card. So I think it could go that route too.
By the way, what about the fact that they had to destroy every building in the future, bro? Like that.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like that, dude. People aren't even talking about this detail. This is one of the only fights we ever see in Dragon Ball that takes place at night, bro. Like, there's not a lot of them. Like,
and at the city, and in the city. Well, I mean, there's a couple things there's a couple fights. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple fights that take place in the city, but the majority, obviously, I mean, it's been like riffed on for years that it takes place in wastelands, and we know the reason why Toriyama didn't want to draw it. But yeah, I think it's a nice novelty to have like a lot of these fights take place in in urban environments, something we usually don't see except in like. Something like Wrath of the Dragon, which is by the way like
which I love. I mean, because yeah, exactly, and I love the fact that it's in the city because we get to see cities get buildings get knocked over. I love that. I love that.
Guys, I want to hear your reaction to this. What is your reaction to when you heard about the thing about Wiz and the explanation as to why he's not here? How he's like an angel and he's waiting for another god of destruction to be selected. I want to see.
I didn't understand that.
That was a huge revelation. That is true. I mean,
I don't understand
a little
it, though.
tidbit. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that we're gonna get more tidbits down the line. I mean, let's face it. Whis.
Do you remember who said it?
One of the most,
oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is.
Goku Black. Yeah.
It was but Whis has been one of the most mysterious characters ever since he was introduced in Battle of Gods, and I have a feeling that they're gonna try to keep a mystique. They're gonna try to keep an aura of mystery around Whis. They're not gonna just spill the beans on him all in one shot. But the fact that we got that much information, just that, because literally we know nothing about his origins, we know nothing about his history. So just the fact that we see that he is like Whis is an angel, that's at least one step into discovering what he is. So
Exactly. And yeah, that was so exciting to hear about that. I mean, if an angel, if he's still around, he's just waiting for God of Destruction to be selected.
I mean,
Then,
why hasn't he gotten involved? Is he like maybe he's like in limbo? Like that would kind of make sense if he doesn't have a God of Destruction. He gets put into like a suspended animation or something. Man, who knows? Man, it's getting wackier and wackier every week, dude.
yeah.
I'm very surprised that that's Supreme Kai from Universe 7 is even here. I mean,
That's kind of a
Beer-
dangerous place for him to go, especially since he's a wuss. But he's a big pussy, bro. And he's going in the future. What's wrong with him?
Beerus probably doesn't know about this. Beerus will not allow him to go into the future. I can assure you. Kawasu.
Well, I mean-
yeah, Beerus said he didn't want to go.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if you really think about it, even though Beerus is stronger, I mean, Beerus and the Supreme Kais are supposed to be higher, in the hierarchy, supposed to be kind of equals. So, I mean, can Beerus really tell Supreme Kai what to do or not? I mean,
Well, because if he dies, then Beerus dies too.
well, that's true. That is true. So I guess Beerus would maybe prevent him from going there for his own self-preservation. But I mean, hierarchically, they're supposed to be equals.
Right, hierarchically.
At least
But
they're supposed to be. Obviously, Beerus is way more powerful than the Supreme Kai.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got Neon Rider who just donated $5. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Do you think that Shin or Gowasu have spare pair of Potara earrings for Vegeta and Goku? Shin's idea, I think, as he did before against Boo, so they confuse with in Vegito. The
I
English
think the
logo.
ones that he's wearing right now, he's gonna
Yeah.
get them.
They don't need spares. I mean, they got the earring. They got two pairs, like I said before. Gowasu has a pair, and
Maybe that rumor that people have been trying to it's not really a rumor, it's people salivating. Maybe they're going to fuse into Vegito, and then with the other pair, they're going to have Trunks get involved in that fusion. They do that triple fusion. That's been talked about. There has been people talking about a triple fusion. And Heroes is supposedly like the people are saying it's on Heroes. It's not. It's the picture you can't really tell, but that's been the talk that there might be a triple fusion.
Right. That hasn't part
So
of the
wait a
talk.
minute. So you're saying Vegito fusing with Trunks?
Yeah, in other words, Vegito gets fused, and then
I'm sorry. That sounds.
it's too much. I know it's too much, but you gotta. But
Yeah.
Juan, think about the toys, man. You gotta remember this thing is done to sell toys, and you gotta sell those action figures. Man.
You guys
That's-
told us their money. Now, let's talk about this next part.
plus one more thing.
Go ahead.
If Goku Black's going down, Trunks has to get involved in that beating, bro, because his mother got taken from him. No, dude, Trunks has to be an integral part of Black being defeated.
He's gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
busy playing
pissed
a
if he's
puzzle
not.
game, apparently, right?
I still kind of doubt that they're going to fuse together, but maybe that money does talk. Money does talk.
It's the
Guys.
toys, man.
Guys,
Yeah.
we got 1,900 people watching this live. We really appreciate it, guys. If you're new here, you guys need to do a few more things. Number one, make sure you subscribe to all these guys because they really have huge contributions to the community. They have incredible videos. If you want to be educated on the series, subscribe to Blackenfist and Geekdom101. Number two, hit that like button, abuse it. And number three, share this video with your friends on Facebook right now because we still got a few more things to talk about. And one of the things I want to focus on right now is what Vegeta said to Black, which is he was explaining about how, because he talked about cells. He talked about how because you're not a real Saiyan, you can't reach the full potential. You can't use the Saiyan cells to their full potential like we can, and you're just using a vessel. So you're never gonna reach the level of Goku. What do you guys think about what he said?
I love it. I love it because it's almost like now Vegeta is his boy, dude. Like it's not just about Saiyan pride or whatever. It's like, okay, it's that whole thing of like respect, man. I love Dragon Ball when it's like this, bro. Like people, a lot of people watching Dragon Ball, dude, all they care about is the fights and the muscles. There's just so much more than that. The fact that Vegeta went up and down the road with this guy, right, for years, because you got to remember when he first showed up in Dragon Ball Z, it was years ago at this point. They fought, 2 times, more than that off screen, like when they trained together. They've died in front of each other. Freaking Vegeta found his wife by marrying Goku's best friend as a kid. Like this is a real connection. They're pretty much homeboys, dude. And the fact that he showed up for Goku like that. It's very heartwarming, bro. It touched me, bro. It touched me.
I love when he grabbed him by the hair and just lifted him up.
Headbutted him.
Oh yeah. Did he spit on him or butt head him?
I thought it was a head.
I'll be honest. During this whole exchange, I swear for like 2 seconds that Vegeta beat Black. I'm not even joking. Like at the very end, but I'm like, nah, it can't end that way. But I was like, whoa.
Like it's my turn now.
Like right there, like right here, when he was punching him into the ground and everything, I'm like, whoa, this is like Black looked completely buried at this point. I was like, whoa, is that it for him?
I love it.
Look at this right here. He grabs him by the hair and lifts his whole body up. Oh.
Yeah,
epic.
and he looked at him right in the face, bro. Man, that was beautiful, bro. What a great show, bro. Yes, Memo Jello, I got touched. Damn.
Oh, man. We got another question from
Vegeta's
Boza.
the best character in Super.
He's my personal favorite character. But Boza donated $5. Thank you so much, man. Z Fighters trap both in the urn. Zamasu and Black fuse to get out. Boom. So that's a good theory. Thank you for your contribution. What was it? Blackenfist, were you the one that your theory was that it's possible that it's not gonna work because they're going to get out, they're gonna break out of it?
Well, I feel that the reason it's not going to work is because I have more of a writing perspective on this. It's just that I just feel you can't end an arc like this where we don't see blood. And if you get what I mean, if we don't like see one of these guys just completely defeated in a way, and the Mafuba is a way to get out of it without actually like having a serious confrontation. Now, obviously, there's going to be a serious confrontation because this is Dragon Ball. But what I'm saying is, from a writing perspective, I just don't see how the.
Did we lose Juan?
I think we just lost Juan.
What the hell? Did he get sniped by Mai, bro? What happened here? Was that Mai outside his window?
What
happened to Juan, bro?
What happened to well, definitely get to Mai too. Well, in the meantime, until we can get Juan, Danny or Geekdom, I want to ask you this. You know how there's been those fake websites that have been rumoring that Dragon Ball Super is apparently gonna end in like a few episodes.
No.
Well, it's Vegito. If Vegito does in fact come, wouldn't it make sense?
That's gonna be a couple more episodes.
Exactly. It will make more sense to just have this drag on for a while more.
I just can't imagine that kind of power, bro. You know what I mean?
Plus,
Plus, if he does the Kaioken, which I don't think he's gonna do it, but he does know it. I mean, that'd be nuts. And then if you do the triple fusion, I mean, God knows. I do want to say one thing. Elijah tweeted at me and he said,
I'm sorry about that. I cut off.
no problem.
I know. We thought Mai got you from the window, bro. We thought she sniped you, bro.
No, man. No, I'm sorry about that. I got cut off.
It made the same noise as Mai, bro. No, but I was going to respond to Elijah here on Twitter. I already responded to him. He's saying that triple fusion would not work because when they become Vegeta, Vegeta's already wearing the earring. Well, that's why you'd have them take one Potara off and then put the other Potara and give Trunks the other one. So, yes, triple fusion could work. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm saying that theoretically, when you make a new being with fusion, it could happen theoretically based upon what we already know. So,
right.
Yeah, and I also wanted to make one more point, too, about what Blackenfist was saying before he left. I do agree with him in that we need to have the villain really, like, he really needs to, like,
draw blood, pretty much.
Well, I agree with you, but that's not what I was going to say. What we need to have with this Goku Black guy is we need to have this villain. And one of the great things that I love is when you have a villain when he knows he's beaten. Like, there has to be a moment where Zamasu and Black realize that they have lost, and they make this face like, I'm fucked. Like, we need that moment, dude. Like, I'll never forget when you watch Gohan versus Cell. I don't remember how the dub did it, but Blackenfist will probably remember. But in the sub, which everybody needs to go check out, there's a scene where Cell goes where the Cell's like freaking out, and the narrator steps in and he goes, "This was the moment that Cell realized that there was nothing he could do." They need something like that, bro. They need something like that, man.
That's exactly what I meant by that's why I have my doubts about the Mafuba. It's not mainly it's because of that, and it's also because of the fact that the Mafuba takes your life if you use it, which I don't know, they might get I have a feeling that they might write themselves out of that one, but those are my main two objections to why I think the Mafuba is not going to be the conclusion, pretty much. Someone has to die, like the user has to die, and and there's no way Goku's gonna die using the Mafuba. There's just no way that's gonna happen.
Is Quinn gonna join us? Just out of curiosity.
He might not for a while. He might not. He's still doing his review.
I was just wondering. Okay.
I want to read Castillo 11300. Thank you for the $5 donation. Bills. They need to bring Monaka and fix the situation. Oh yeah, they do. Thank you for the joke, man. Appreciate it.
They need to use like the alternate version of Monaka that's completely a beast.
All right. Let's talk about
the Aloha version of Monaka.
The Aloha version.
There's a reference.
I want to get to the bullet that Maya was using. So because I want to get to this in a second, because first of all, future Mai, before she passed away or got killed, murdered, she created a bullet that was that's multiple times stronger
future
than
Bulma.
Right, future Bulma. And some people were, when they were watching the Raw on Twitter, were saying like, oh, the bullet didn't do anything. It had no effect. But the question really is, did the bullet actually hit Goku Black, or did it actually hit the Potara earring? Let's actually try to...
That was when I was seeing this scene for the first time. I thought, watching it raw, I thought that she was trying to knock the Potara earring out of Goku Black's ear. That's what I thought she was trying to do.
No, she was going for that JFK headshot.
Yeah. For that headshot. Yeah. Here we go, guys. If we're gonna ready, there we go. Yeah, it looks like
it's my turn now.
It looks like she did hit the Potara earring by accident.
Yeah.
By the way, I want everybody real quick right now, I want everybody to go to my Twitter. This is going to be a grand discovery here, okay? If you were not watching this on Crunchyroll and you were watching this live from the Japanese feed, there was a commercial for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Everybody go to twitter.com/EmperorBigD, which is my Twitter. During this commercial for Super Dragon Ball Heroes, there is a picture of Goku fighting Goku Black, and he is wearing a Potara in his ear. That's even more evidence now that Vegito is pretty much a guarantee. So I'm guessing what's going to happen is he's going to get the Potara. Vegeta's not going to get it right away. Maybe he loses it like Gohan did, and Goku's going to have to do it on his own until they actually fuse. I find it too hard of a coincidence for him to have that Potara there.
Where do you have it?
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
Retweet. Look at that picture. Look closely at Goku Black. That's a Potara right there, bro. It's a yellow one. Or I'm sorry, Goku. Look at Goku right there. Right there. Yep. You're pointing at it.
The yellow one isn't that Supreme Kai's Potara earring?
I can't tell what color it is from here, but Goku is indeed wearing the Potara. That may have been a major spoiler right there, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a spoiler if you paid attention. Because I mean, it's a small detail for a very short commercial.
It is a small detail, but it's a new commercial that we saw this week, and I think that means something. I think that it actually means something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, if you saw the Crunchyroll stream, you did not, or the Daisuke stream, you did not see this commercial. You could only see it from the Japanese live Fuji TV stream.
Yeah, this one, the Dragon Ball Heroes trailer, correct? Yeah.
The Super Dragon Ball Heroes trailer.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes trailer. I do know that back when we had that footage of Zamasu watching Black fighting against
We didn't even know what that was, bro.
Yeah, we didn't know. But it gave us... I guess the way I see it is whenever Heroes kind of has animation that is far above what's currently happening in the series, that's related to the series, I feel like it's hinting at something. It might not go exactly that way, but it's definitely some sort of evidence for something that's going to happen.
And I did prognosticate it in my video. Yeah, and that's the thing is Heroes, you're right. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Do you remember when we saw that Goku versus Frost fight in Heroes that was like 100 times better than the actual fight in the anime? Another one too was this is kind of a big misconception. During the fight with Goku and Beerus in Heroes, the commercial, we saw Champa watching it, and that didn't happen in the anime. So I mean, you got to be careful with this too. It's not always a guarantee.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that's definitely a hint.
I think it is.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be wearing the Potara for no reason, bro. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Before we go on to the next topic, I do want to say that I believe if Mai would have actually hit Goku in the face, she would have killed him. I do believe that bullet is
really.
I do think so. I think that what happened is that the Potara earring is actually even more durable than let's say Goku Black's skin.
Even though they broke it with their bare hands, even though Vegeta broke it with his bare hands.
Even though Vegeta broke it with his bare hands. But I do think that that last resort bullet, I do think that it did have some sort of because if it wasn't gonna work regardless, then that moment of her failing will kind of be diminished. It kind of wouldn't mean anything because the whole gun just is pointless. But I do believe that if that moment to make it more dramatic is that it would have worked, except it was because of my failure to actually hit him in the face. So that kind of adds to the drama. So that's.
I thought she did hit him in the face, and in my review, I even said that she did. So I guess I was mistaken. I thought she did hit him in the face.
No problem. I mean, whatever. You saw it raw, like right away. So it's no problem.
Yeah, I did not see it in high definition. So, but I will watch it in HD later.
In HD later. Now let's talk about this for a moment, if you guys want. I mean, is there something you guys want to dive into before we kind of close it up here?
What, his power up or his fight?
Well, okay, there is
anything
something
in the episode. Anything in the episode.
There's something I want to ask the people, and I asked them because I asked in my review as well over on Geekdom101 YouTube channel. Do you think that Trunks has? I don't want to say surpassed Goku and Vegeta because I don't think he's quite there yet. But do you think he's close? Because he sure as hell took it to Black in this episode, dude. And I mean, it wasn't just for. Well, I don't think it was just one quick rage boost. I think it was. I think it was a consistent badassery.
I understand. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I think, I said it before. I think the reason that Trunks got this power up or transformation, whatever it is, I still don't know what it is because he needed it. We know people have said it when this arc was first shown, is that how is Trunks going to keep up with Black and Zamasu? We know that Trunks did get stronger since we seen him last time. Obviously, he trained with Supreme Kais to take out Boo and all that. So we do know he got stronger, but how much stronger was that? And is that really enough for Black and Zamasu? And other people were saying, no, it's not. Well, honestly, I think that him getting a power-up or this transformation is really out of necessity. For him to be formidable against these guys, he needed to have something, and this, whatever this is what it is. So exactly. I think that this kind of makes sense. I think that's the reason why I call it Deus Ex Machina Super Saiyan, essentially, because that's like he needed it for this to work, essentially. For this story to work, he needed this power up.
He needed this power up. Let's get into Big Cells.
I want to talk. If you want to talk about other things about the episode, I just want to say that when Vegeta, Goku, and Bulma came back to the future, and I think it was, I believe it. Who was it? Was it Zamasu who went and you shot a blast at the time machine? I knew instantly that the time machine was going to get repaired because it all it did was set the time machine on fire and not blow it up to pieces. And I was like, oh wait.
They should have parked the time machine somewhere far away, bro. I don't know why you would park it right in front of those dudes. Like park it in like Africa or something, bro. Like far away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, put it away from where they were at.
Yeah, Goku does his transmission, so he can, teleport.
Exactly.
Let me get to Big Sil. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Big Sil. Anybody who watches my videos, if you've seen Geekdom videos and seen the streams. But Big Sil, thank you for the $5 donation, brother. Seeing that Goku Black is struggling with Vegeta, Zamasu is forced to merge to save Goku Black from dying. Interesting thought, brother. So you're pretty much saying that Goku Black is the one who's struggling, and then Zamasu, the reason he's merging with him, is to save him. What do you guys think about that?
That's a great idea. Actually, that is a great idea.
Yeah, considering that Goku Black in this episode twice, there was 2 times, once with Trunks and the other time with Vegeta, where it looked like he got legit his ass beat. And it seems that Goku Black is starting to struggle a little bit more in these fights.
I love it, man. I love it. It's not that easy no more, is it? Who's your daddy, Goku Black?
Which, by the way, I think
he's
that
getting him some.
Yeah, which I think that kind of adds some credence. That maybe give some credence to the fact that this fusion Zamasu maybe has immortality. Because maybe that the reason they fuse is to they both can share the immortality or something. I'm not saying that it is happening, but if it is, they're gonna fuse just to save Goku Black. Maybe that also means to just fuse so that way they can both be immortal in one being or something. I don't know.
not just that, but also I'm thinking they're going to get their asses kicked individually, and then they're going to decide to fuse, and then they're going to. What's probably going to end up happening is the fusion of the two characters is probably going to end up whooping on Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta's ass, and then they're going to have to then do their fusion. You know what I mean? It kind of like when Boo single-handedly beat up Goku and Vegeta in the anime. Z, Dragon Ball Z, same thing here. You know that he's probably going to do 2-on-1 and kick their ass.
I want to talk about this real quick. Not only did Trunks do the Gallic Gun, which was absolutely epic, and this is why I love the community who Geekdom's community, Blackenfist, our community, is because you guys are pretty intelligent. And when I asked you guys in my in-depth analysis video, what do you guys think this move is? 99% of you said the Gallic Gun. So thank you guys for staying current with the show. And what I want to talk about, though, is right before when he was about to commit suicide, he was almost like Vegeta's atonement. But in this case, I guess you can call it Trunks' atonement. I just found that really, I got emotional during that episode, during that moment, because Trunks, without hesitation, was willing to give it all. And was
wait a minute, time out. I think you misunderstand what the word atonement means. The word atonement means that atonement is when you are going to make a sacrifice to the gods for your sins. I think you're thinking the word atonement means sacrifice. That's not necessarily the case here. It's not that Trunks is guilty about his sins. He just wanted to blow himself up because he thought it was the only way around it. Whereas with Majin Vegeta, when they say Vegeta's atonement, that means that Vegeta, for what he did, because he selfishly fought Goku, selfishly released Majin Buu, selfishly killed the people at the tournament, that was his, forgiveness to the gods. That's what atonement really means. So I'm just letting you know. I don't know if you got that mixed up or not.
No. I understand that. I'm just saying because one of the reasons that Trunks was able to reach this new level or this new power up is because when Zamasu explained to him that you sinned, you're one of the reasons that you're technically the reason that all these people have been killed because you did time traveling and things like that. You pretty much heighten our passion to want to do this plan. I think part of him still feels kind of guilty. So that's why, in a sense, I know it's not a direct atonement, but I'm just saying in like a sense, it's
yeah, you're right. You know what? I stand corrected. There might be a little bit of atoning there, but at least he didn't kill innocent people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vegeta. Yeah, what Vegeta did was totally different type of.
Totally different. Now, one more point I want to make real quick here is remember when Goku and Vegeta fused to make Vegito, the halo was not there. Vegito did not have a halo, so that might be another clue about Zamasu and Black. It's a new being, so maybe the halo is gonna mean something. That was from Pokemon Master Edward on Twitter, and he makes a very good point. So I just want to bring that point up. That could be the case too.
I also want to point out that the Batara fusion. I do believe that the way the Batara fusion seems to work is that if someone because the Batara fusion is not like the fusion dance, where the fusion dance everything has to be kind of equal between both of the parties. It seems that you put the earring on two different beings that they're going to fuse no matter what. And it does seem to me, just from observation, more specifically when the Supreme Kai and Kibito fuse and the Elder Kai and the Elder Kai's fusion, it seems that if there is one dominant person in the fusion, that the fused being is going to resemble in personality, in physical traits, the more dominant person. So the reason I'm saying that the immortality could be plausible in the fused Zamasu maybe is because it might take after, and it does seem from Zamasu's appearance that physically it's taking after Zamasu's appearance. So the reason I'm saying is that because to me from previous observation that if there is like fusions can be kind of one-sided, especially with the fusion between Kibito and the Supreme Kai. It was essentially the Supreme Kai with kind of like a little Kibito in
and a mullet.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason I'm saying that the immortality could carry over into this new being is because Patara fusions in the past have been kind of one-sided in the past. That's why I'm saying that immortality could be carried over into this fused being.
It could or it could not, and I think that's going to be interesting because whether or not it is or it isn't is going to determine where they go with this arc. Because if the immortality is not carried over, then Vegito could end up just killing and defeating Goku Black, and we're done with it. If the immortality does carry over, it might not be so easy.
Guys, there were two people who submitted questions, and thank you for the donation. Like 3 people now, so let's bang these out. So number 1, Castillo 11300. Thank you for your second donation today. Who is stronger, Trunks Kid, raised by Vegeta, or Trunks adult raised by Bulma?
I don't know. Neither one of them are single parents. Well, I guess Trunks is not a single parent, but not Kid Trunks. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think, Castillo, I guess you're referring to, I think you're trying to say is Kid Trunks when he gets to the age of the current Trunks, who is an adult. I'm guessing that's kind of where you were going with it, because right now, I mean, it's pretty obvious that adult Trunks is stronger.
Yeah. Adult Trunks is definitely stronger than Kid Trunks at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in terms of if you're referring to Kid Trunks when he becomes the age of adult Trunks, I don't think he's gonna be at the level of the future Trunks, because they've had totally different experiences, these two characters. But that's just one of my my thoughts on that. Jesse per 99, thank you for your $25 donation. I appreciate it, man. Where is the God of Destruction Universe 10?
I think it's Jesse RP99. Just making sure that so we know it's the right guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, brother.
Jesse RP.
He's a morbidly observed. Okay, so
we don't know.
Well,
that's the answer, dude.
Yeah, from Universe 10. Well, I think he's thinking about from the future Trunks timeline. Maybe he hasn't. I don't know if you remember, but the God of Destruction from all the universes are not alive in the future Trunks timeline.
Yes, yes, that was explained several manga chapters ago, and it was explained 2 weeks ago, I think, on the show.
Yep. And the last question, Kurai314, thank you for your $5 donation. What if the bullet did crack the Potara earring, causing diffusion between Goku and Black? And well, there was only one bullet, so that's not gonna happen. That scenario is not gonna happen again, unfortunately.
I don't. Yeah, exactly what you said.
All right, guys. Before we close up here, anything else you guys want to talk about, or any last words? Any questions you have for the community?
Any last words, bro? Like we're gonna die or something, bro. We're gonna get executed right now. Any last words? I don't have any last words, bro.
I think.
Actually, I do. No, wait, I do have a couple last words. Real quick, I want to make some notes about the Crunchyroll translations. There's going to be a Kanzenshu podcast with Herms covering this in more detail very soon, so check out Kanzenshu. But the Crunchyroll subs are a little bit inconsistent, not in the translation, but more so the names. For example, they call Master Roshi Muten Roshi, Muten Roshi Master Roshi, which is fine, and they call the Mafuba the Evil Containment Wave. Like that doesn't bother me too much. I'm just letting everybody know that it's a little inconsistent because they use stuff like Sun-kun and Goku-san and things like that. So it's just the translation is a little weird, but it's still pretty easy to follow.
It's still pretty easy to follow. And they have translated all the previous episodes as well, or most of them.
I haven't watched them yet, but I assume so.
Actually, they translated only about to episode 47, right? At least last time I checked.
Yeah, I didn't get to explore it, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it seems that they only have this arc and not the previous arcs of Dragon Ball Super.
Right. I guess they're gonna be adding that in the upcoming months. You're right. Episode 47 is this. Yeah, you're right. You guys are right about that. All right, guys. Before we finish up, we just go around? What my subscribers already know who I am, but I want to give you guys a minute or two to kind of explain what your channel is about and kind of what type of videos you guys focus on.
I don't want to do that because it's too egotistical. Let me explain what Blackenfist channel is about, and then he can explain what mine is about. Even though he doesn't watch my videos, so it doesn't matter.
Let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Blackenfist does Dragon Ball deconstructions. If you should watch his videos, especially watch his video about my favorite Blackenfist videos are the one where he breaks down the God hierarchy. You got to go watch that. It's essential viewing. You need to watch the video he did about canon, even though it's a little old and it's before Super. It still kind of is really a well-made video. And watch his deconstruction of episode of Bardock. So those are my top 3 Blackenfist videos. How about
there you go for your Bardock fans, which I'm sure there's many.
And for Geekdom, I mean, first of all, if you want like the fastest news that you can get on the internet, on YouTube, anywhere, you got to go subscribe to Geekdom101 because he will bring out the new stuff. I mean, like he'll be the first one out there more than anybody. Trust me, I've seen this guy work. Honestly, sometimes I sometimes get my information from him because he's so freaking fast. So if you want news, there's no one else to compete with him. There's also, I mean, he also does interesting Dragon Ball discussions on several topics, such as the Mafuba. I think that you should go check out the Mafuba video right now, considering that that's kind of the most, that's pretty relevant now. He also does a lot of discussions, weekly stuff on what you see in the Dragon Ball Super stuff, such as how strong is Goku Black, which is also another relevant topic that pertains to these conversations. But he also does stuff that's like even outside of Dragon Ball related, such as Star Wars. But what I really like is that he covers other works that are not necessarily Dragon Ball related, but have been done by Toriyama, like Dr. Slump, like the predecessor to Dragon Ball, which is, I think, Dragon Boy, right?
And Tongpu, there's two of them,
yeah. So so go check it out if you want to, history lesson, news, and Dragon Ball discussions. Really,
you sold me better, bro. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to, I did that on purpose to hear him praise me, bro. That's the only reason. It was an ego thing, all right? No, I'm kidding. That's not true.
And lastly,
and check out Quaman too, because he's our boy, and he does put a lot of work into his videos as well.
And I'll put a link to his channel as well. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to join us today, but definitely check out his YouTube channel because he's posting his review real soon. Before we go, I'm just gonna answer these two questions.
I pitched there, Geekdom. I hope you didn't.
That was beautiful, bro. I have a tear. I have a tear in my glass eye right now, bro.
All right.
Ralex1234, thank you for your $5 donation. I haven't watched tonight's episode since the Fusion possibility has risen. Do you think that Toriyama will pull another unexpected event like Fusion while everyone is expecting Vegito? It ends up being something like Goku and Trunks fused. I think they're gonna do Goku and Vegeta. So Vegito. I think
that actually is a very interesting thing that I actually can't believe we didn't discuss as at least a possibility, because Geekdom, you said that Trunks has to get his in since Black killed his mom and everything. What if instead the fusion is not between Goku, because we assume it's Goku and Vegeta, but what if instead if it's Trunks and Vegeta or Trunks and Goku? I
think Trunks and Vegeta would be great because he's fighting for his wife and his mother. Except I cannot imagine when they fuse the kind of disgusting things that Trunks is going to witness when he goes inside of his own father's brain, bro. The memories of his father. He's going to see his mother in all kinds of unusual positions, bro. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's the only thing freaky about that one.
I also want to point out that I obviously think that the Goku versus Goku and Vegeta fusion is the most likely, but if Trunks is going to fuse with one of them, I think that it's more likely he's going to fuse with Goku, because in the commercial that we just saw that Geekdom just pointed out, it's Goku with the Patara earring, not Vegeta. So obviously I think whoever is going to be fusing, it's Goku going to be fusing with either Trunks or Vegeta.
Well, maybe Goku loses the Patara. I mean, maybe for all we know he gets knocked out and then how about this? All right, I'm gonna fanfic right now. Goku tries to go in for it. Zamasu Supreme God knocks him out. He's down on the ground. Then Vegeta's like, who am I gonna fuse with now? And then Trunks walks over, picks up Patara. He's like, me. Then they fuse, and everybody goes nuts. He could do that too.
I love how in your scenario Trunks walks over.
He just walks over, bro.
Bosa, last question.
Possible, yeah.
Last question from Bosa, and then we'll end it here. One last thing. Can you give me some thoughts on the upcoming multi-universe tournaments?
We don't know anything about that, bro.
Yeah. I don't want to disappoint you, Bosa.
Live in the moment, man.
But there's just so much going on right now, man. We'll talk about the multiverse tournament in a few episodes from now. So just stay tuned to all our channels, because we'll talk about the multiverse tournament. But in the meantime, we're gonna try to stick to the hype that's happening right now. Guys, thank you for joining us. Before everybody goes, make sure you guys hit that like button. And as soon as this video is over, I'm gonna make sure I have a link to Blackenfist and Geekdom's channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. Really, if you enjoy my videos and if you like the work that I put into my videos, you guys are really gonna enjoy these two guys. So make sure you guys subscribe to them. Guys, thank you for joining us on the stream. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Well, it's always a good time.
Absolutely.
Especially tonight, like I said, tonight we had Dragon Ball Super debuting on streaming services. Xenoverse is coming out this week. It's just going to be this is a very historic time, bro. I can't even believe this is all happening at once, dude. I'm like mind blown. And we have the Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't know exactly the release date on that, but that's right around the corner in Japan. So it's just there's so much stuff going on. I'm overwhelmed, dude. I'm overwhelmed. I'm legitimately I'm guys, I'm having trouble keeping up with news. Like I was going to drop more videos on the Heroes hero stuff, I don't even have time anymore. Like it's crazy.
There's definitely a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody, make sure you guys have a good night wherever you guys are. We really appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys later. My name is Opie Senpai. Blackenfist, you want to do your outro?
And from all of us here, Geekdom101, Opie Senpai, and me, Blackenfist, we will always be out, man.